So I've been using a new SEO tool, well, a couple of new SEO tools recently, past few months, and I was looking for a trusty AI content detector, and I think I found one. Originality.ai, and this is not a plug, no affiliation, but it is a peer-reviewed tool. So it's been through a lot of study cases, a lot of testing, and generally, it's the one that's come out on top with the most reliability when it comes to finding content that is actually written by AI. Obviously, it's not a perfect one. There aren't any perfect ones yet, and there are false positives which do occur. But Originality.ai seems to be the most reliable from what I've found, and I've tested 4 or 5 different ones now. I've tested out Copyscape. I can't remember the name of the rest of them. They've evading me, but this definitely seems the best. So, in terms of Originality.ai, it works on a credit system. So you get on the Pro plan, which I'm on, which is really cheap, it's like 15 quid or less a month. I get 2,000 credits. I've checked numerous amounts of text so far, and I've only used up a couple of hundred worth of credits. But just to show you how it works, so I know which pages on my website I've written with AI and which ones I haven't. So just to get an example of one that I have, I will just put some copy in originality.ai and we'll show that it should come up as 100%. So scan this. Sometimes takes a little bit of time. I think I've ticked the plagiarism checkbox as well, which adds on more credits and more time. You can also do a fact check. Say if you're doing a YMYL piece of content, so it's a medical article, for example. If you want to check the facts from there, you can check readability, grammar, content optimization, and yeah, the content optimization element is amazing, essentially. So, looking at this piece of content, it's saying it's likely original, 69% confidence. I believe I did write the summary, but I used AI for some of the middle elements. And what I love about this is it tells you exactly which phrases, sentences, parts of the content are more likely to be AI generated than others. So you can see the greener they are, the more human it's being classed as, and then the more red they are, the more likely they are of being AI generated. And you can see yellows 52%. And you start to subconsciously or even consciously train yourself into which um semantic, like which pieces of copy are more likely to trigger high percentage of AI response, like the syntax used, the sort of words used, like the over complex language comes up a lot, boilerplate language, um, anything really generic, and you start to learn how to rewrite content automatically. You're basically training your brain to bypass these thresholds. So yeah, so this is really helpful to begin with. I'll also run the content optimization element as well. So if I click on this, it'll ask for a keyword. So I can do how to find backlink opportunities for free. And then I'll copy and paste this element as well. I think I did US there, which I shouldn't have done. We'll just do another scan. This'll trigger this as well. So yeah, really, really useful in humanizing copy and essentially making it more unique. So what I generally do, once I've assigned the keyword, we've got this back, it'll come back with a list of keywords, related keywords to include. Now, I know that Google's algorithm doesn't purely rely on keywords anymore. It's not all about keyword density. It's also about no plagiarism matches, which is nice as well. It's also about semantic analysis. So it's about entities, it's about topics covered. It's not just about have you used this keyword 5 times. Maybe it was 20 years ago, but now after numerous different updates, now it's looking at which topics are you covering. Even that being said, it is still good to include keywords or phrases or even cover topics where you might not have before. So it's given me a ton. It's analysed the top 10 results and it's given me a list of keywords similar to Surfer and the recommended keyword density. From my perspective, I don't pay too much attention to the keyword density, but I do pay attention to the words used. So I'd look, I've not even mentioned domain authority in an article about backlinks. Just go into edit mode. No, I've not even mentioned the word domain by the looks of it. Profile analysis, comparative strategy. So if I've not covered these topics in here, that's what I'd look to add in. Just to make sure the user's got every bit of intent covered that they might be looking for in this article. So I've answered the question fully, expanded the query, so it's query fan out essentially. And other side of things, and all this Surfer's a lot more expensive than this. And then when it comes to AI detection, this is how I'd look to optimize the article. So it's a little bit frustrating sometimes that you have to go back in and out of edit mode, but you can duplicate the tab. So I'd look for focus on quality, not volume. So this sentence, some directories and listing sites are easy to submit to but never show up in Google. I'll just rephrase that. Um, Generally, it's fairly simple to your site to directories, but it's worthwhile checking they are indexed first. Something along those lines. And this is a new part of the scan. So I like to scan that there. See, it's just coming up as white at the minute. Generally, what I'd do is, I know I've got as much time as I want, but I'm not going to go through the whole article and rewrite everything because you'd just be sat there bored watching me rewrite the article. But I've just rewritten that sentence, and that was yellow, so 52% likelihood of being AI generated. And I've just rewritten that. I'm hoping, yeah. So that's changed that to green. So it's now 99% likelihood of not being AI generated. So I'll just go through the article, go through these, and just rewrite them in using less complex language, making sure it just scans like a human's actually written it, and it's got the client's persona and everything like that. But yeah, really, really useful tool. Would highly recommend using it. Um, I've done a few experiments with a hobby site where I've written a page using this, got 100% original. Done another landing page of a similar difficulty and positioning where it's 100% AI. The human written one is way outperforming it in terms of impressions and clicks. So yeah, definitely a tool I would recommend experimenting with.